Good morning, world. This is Maria and Joe. We welcome you for the next hour. We're gonna be entertaining you and empowering you.
Take you where you wanna be. You could be my luck, even if the sky is.
And that's our inspirational quote of the day, written by David Levithan. It's the same thing as almost the same thing as my last name. My last name is Levinthal. So that inspirational quote, ladies and gentlemen, is the important things is for the characters to feel real and to be given the humanity that they are due. That granting of humanity is what separates us full portrait form of stereotype. So viewers, Joe is actually on the other line. We're trying to connect with him right now, so we apologize that he's not actually in right now, but he's gonna be once he's actually can get into our data, then we will pull him in. But anyways, me and Joe were talking about this stereotyping this morning, and it's a norm to a lot of people that we as stereotype. It's not necessarily discriminate or being a racist, but stereotyping is technically it's a generalized word for categorizing your people. Like I always tell everybody, my friends and every acquaintance I have, I always tell them that I read people. I am not a psychic. However, I actually base on what I hear and what's the action that I see from there. It comes together a verbal and non-verbal cues. So agree or not, we can actually determine the other person that we are having contact face to face, of what type. It shows on your non-verbal cues what type of person and who you are. And it's very important to everybody when you start knowing a person, or start actually conversation, or it's technically on the know each other level or process of a relationship. It's very important to actually know the other person's perspective, or what type of person he or she is. So stereotyping is technically, it's a norm, and it's part of processing of determining who you actually going to be acquainted to, short term or long term. So I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. Go ahead and send us a message, and we can actually further discuss about stereotyping. Well, there are different types of stereotyping. This is racial stereotyping, and there are also disadvantages and advantages about stereotyping. I heard Joe was talking about stereotype, because I just want to bring this up, ladies and gentlemen, because it's really important that when we actually try to categorize or generalize other people that comes our way, there's nothing wrong of being stereotyped, because there's a negative and positive part of it. As long as you are being positive, and if it's negative, keep it in your in the back of your mind, and try, if you want to actually let the other person know, make sure to be tactful. That's what me and Joe were discussing about this morning, about being tactful. I've been actually quoted by him that I am not tactful, but I am the kind of person that I don't actually deal with BSs. If I see BS, I call it right away. That's, I think, being the person I am. I've been uh, Joe actually called me as tactless. But yeah, well, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it because I'm the kind of person, and all my employees from Budget Rental Car knows the type of person I am. I am the kind of person that's gonna be really, really mean, but of course, I also have a big heart, and the reason why am that I am who I am is because that's how I categorize people. I stereotype. To be honest, I actually stereotype in a manner, or let's put it this way. I actually judge you on our first interaction, and I will read you in 1 minute, and if I'm gonna extend our relationship, I will move it into a longer relationship, probably a week. And within a week, I already know what type of person you are. Or let me say, on the one hour that we have first conversation is will confirm an our 1 week relationship, and that's stereotyping. And like what I said, for me, I think that's fine. That's fine that I stereotype, and if they stereotype me as I'm a Filipino. So like what Joe said earlier, he said that he thought I am a good cook because I'm a Filipina. He thought that all Filipinos are good cook. Well, no, Joe, you're wrong. I am not a good cook. I don't cook, especially for men. I don't cook. I cook rice and I cook noodles, and also I cook egg. Do you eat rice, Scott? Rice. Yeah. So well, by stereotyping, but one of the advantage of stereotyping is it enable us to respond, to actually know the right people to acquainted with. And like what I said, it's very important to have that stereotyping skills, which is, I call it on the other term of to read other people. And one of the disadvantages of stereotyping is when you stereotype and you never had a chance to speak to this person, or probably to know this other person, you never had a chance to know them, you actually throwing away the possibility that this person could be a good person, which is fine. I always think that when you touch or when you get acquainted with somebody, there's always a reason. There's no coincidence of having a person in your life. So if ever actually, it's a matter of, I think, path, I would say. So if you guys have a chance to have longer time together with a person, I think there's a reason why it puts you on that situation. But if you stereotype and this person just walk away in your life without knowing them, that's probably a good reason too. So there's a lot of good and bad part. The only thing is, make sure actually you don't get into a legal issue for stereotyping, because that's actually calling racist now. So don't discriminate other people. Just have your arms wide open to everybody. Give them chances. Like me, I give a chance to everybody that actually want to come into my life. I want to learn more about them, and if it's going the wrong way, then that's the time I cut off the ties. It's not, it is. I was telling Joe that it takes a while to actually piss me off. So it's because I have a good heart. And if you get to the part to see my heart, well, that's good. If not, then bye-bye. Well, that's our topic of the day. That's our inspirational quote. And we'll see you guys on the next segment with our LGBT Brian Darling. See you in the next segment.